Hi everybody, Celia Faye Meisel here. I was going to do one of my action videos, but it's really windy outside and it just didn't feel right to do it out in the wind and feel like all blown around, especially with a topic like this. So we're live in the office today. So if you're catching me live, if you're on the replay, welcome. Feel free to say hi. Let me know you're tuning in. So this is a really important topic today because, you know, a lot of time, a lot of time, you know, when we're really looking at entrepreneurship and business building and all of that, you know, the topics will kind of get centered around the client and what the client needs and the money and, you know, the goals and the wins and all of that. But, you know, it all kind of comes back to the most important relationship that you have, and that's the relationship to yourself. It's your relationship to you. It's your relationship. Hey, Amanda, your relationship to yourself is the most important relationship that you have. Your relationship with yourself is your relationship with yourself is the one that sets the precedent, and it sets the foundation for everything that you do in your life and in your business. So if you don't have a really solid relationship with yourself and you're not really honest with yourself, that's really where a lot of misalignments will come up. And what I mean by misalignment is when things aren't going the way that you really think they should be. Like, you see this highest possible outcome, you see this greatest possible outcome, but at the end of the day and all of the days that you go by and you live your life, they're not totaling up to you being in this space of alignment and having your desires. So let's go to the foundation. And what I was talking about in the title here was honesty, integrity, and consistency to really build up yourself, okay? So when you are wanting to create a big shift and a big change in your life, again, you know, you're the foundation. You are the source of all of your results. You are the source of all of your everything that you could possibly want. And when things aren't adding up to what you desire, we need to look at hello, beautiful, thank you. We need to really look at how you're addressing and how you're living your life and how you're approaching yourself. And you can get very clear on where am I with my consistency to myself. When I'm getting ideas and desires are coming in and, you know, there's things that I want to do, am I saying yes to those desires? Am I saying yes to those visions? Or am I saying no to myself? Am I saying yes to myself or am I saying no to myself? So when you're looking at consistency, it's important to look at what you're consistently saying yes to and what you're consistently saying no to. Am I saying yes to the things that I want that are going to create the health, that are going to create the wealth, that are going to attract in all of those desires? Or am I saying, am I saying no to those? Hi, beautiful. Hi, Colombe. Shayna says she's struggling with this on a daily basis. Then this message is for you, girlfriend. So, and anybody else that resonates. So, so when we start with this consistency piece, you know, you're either going to be in a yes vibration to what you want or to a no vibration. And if you're living in a no vibration to your desires, that means that you're out of alignment. It means that your life path and your soul path are not lining up. And the actions that you are taking are most likely going to be in a no energy to your desires. Okay, so here is where the honesty piece comes in, and here's where the integrity piece comes in. You know, oftentimes we think about integrity as being, well, you know, I have to have integrity with my clients, and I have to have integrity with my business, and I have to have integrity with my relationships. And all of that is true. But if you don't have integrity here inside of you, how are you going to ever have any integrity in your relationships? It's not possible. It's not possible to have high integrity with everybody else and not have any integrity with yourself. So what does that look like? It usually looks like boundary issues. It looks like, people that you're trying so hard and you're really trying to do your best with these other people, but you just keep getting back what you don't want. It's like keeps mirroring and showing up for you. And so looking at that internal compass, looking at yourself on the inside and looking at, am I living in integrity with who I think that I really am and who I think I'm supposed to be, especially when you're a coach and you're an entrepreneur, like walking the walk, talking the talk, all of that stuff, taking actions daily toward the woman or the man that you are here to be. The integrity, and then the honesty with yourself of like, how am I living my life? Am I really listening to myself? Because I feel like that's really where I'm seeing in my coaching, the fine tuning now is coming in is like really learning to listen, really, really learning to listen, because I don't believe that, my soul is like a healer soul, like my energy of my soul is a healer soul. So I don't believe that having a coach is something that you should have to have for your whole business and your whole life. And the responsibility of a healer is to activate those innate gifts within a person and activate their true abilities and make those the strength. Well, and for a coach too, this is what I do, but to activate these gifts and abilities and make those the focal point so that yes, this is who I am. This is how I live my life. This is how I lead in my environment. And, the rest of it just doesn't matter. But do you know what a high level of honesty and integrity and accountability and consistency it takes to get to that level? It takes daily action. It takes starting and just saying, you know what, I'm no longer going to accept this for myself. I'm no longer going to live in this way. And I'm going to start moving every day in the direction of that person that I see who I'm really here to be, because it's actually it's a part of you. And so we're all capable of having all, quantum abundance, quantum everything, quantum fulfillment, and, an evolving humanity in that way as well. But it starts within ourselves first. So this is an invitation to you, to look at your consistency. Are you consistently taking action toward becoming that person? Because, you may not be that person now, but he or she is inside of you. That level of alignment is inside of you. So all you have to do is just start saying yes to that every day. And with consistency, there are no excuses. There are no reasons why we can't. In honesty with the self and integrity with the self, there are no excuses. There are no reasons why we can't. It doesn't exist. The only way that any of that exists is when we step into the external frame of reference that, my outside world dictates who I am inside, okay? Or the way that the government is run and the way that, I was brought up as a child and the way this and that and ABCD happen, all of the conditioned ways of being, that's who I have to be. And we have a right, we have an ability to create what is called, in our spiritual terms, is called sovereignty. It's a sovereign soul. And so that's why so many people are called into entrepreneurship, especially right now, is having a calling into entrepreneurship, and that type of business is the true sort of the pinnacle of sovereignty. Now, can it be done within a job and as an employee? Well, for sure. But these approaches still apply of the integrity, of the consistency, of the honesty with the self, and then being able to authentically communicate that in an environment where you are an employee, like being okay with showing up as who you truly are and what that means. Now, a lot of people don't really want to do that. It's too much for them energetically to go and be a quote unquote disruptor. And I don't mean disruptor in a negative sense. I mean kind of like somebody who shakes things up and, shifts things around. Most people want to do that in entrepreneurship within their own businesses because they can set their hours, they can set their pay. You can't really do that as an employee. Set your own hours, set your own pay scale, pick the types of clients that you want to work with, do soul aligned work, all of those things that many of you want to do, like you're being guided and called out to. It's of the utmost importance to, be there for yourself. A lot of people, they want to have a big audience. They see themselves coaching and, having hundreds of people and thousands of people and all of these things, but they're like, how do I get there from being, where I am now to having this massive following and, making, multiple six figures a month with passive income and all of that stuff that, people get sold on in the online industry, or any of those business models that have like wooed you in and attracted you. It starts with these things. It starts with just committing to yourself. You are your greatest tool, you're your greatest vessel, and you are the powerful creator of everything in your life, whether you choose to see it or not, whether you choose to acknowledge it. This is a magical place that we live in. You have so much potential available to you. And I just want to leave you with that message because, if you are letting money get you down, if you're letting health get you down, if you're letting relationship difficulties get you down, environmental with your home and, any of those things, your past story, you have a freedom and you have a right to put that down and say no to that, to say yes to who you really are, to say yes to your truth, to say yes to what's calling you. And you don't have to let any fears run the show, okay? That is a choice. So my empowerment message and my advice is to choose you. Choose you first. Choose your integrity. Choose your self-honesty. Choose your self-worth. Choose your business. Choose your vision and your freedom. Choose all of those desires and all of those beautiful things that are calling to you, because that is what's going to get you into that next level and into that next level of vibration, okay? That's it. That is it. So take this. It's a very generalized message. When I do my coaching, it's all very specific. But for these types of messages, it's very general. So take what you need. Your soul works like a magnet, and it's just going to absorb exactly what it needs. And you can then say yes to that information and act upon it, right? Because it can't just sit here in the mental. It's got to come into the physical. That's what we're here to do, is to bring in the higher levels of consciousness into the third dimension through these amazing, impactful businesses. You're welcome to your infinite empowerment. I'll come back and check the comments. If you guys have any takeaways, feel free to share them. Thank you so much for joining everybody today. I'm going to go back to doing some work, and I'll see you soon. Bye.